Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metal market update for this Tuesday, and we are now on the 26th of January, 2021, about 5:15 p.m. Central Time. So as we look at the market, tomorrow's the end of the two-day FOMC meeting. We get a 1 o'clock statement on the monetary policy by the Federal Reserve, and then a 1:30 press conference. I expect no changes. The Fed to hold steady. They might be pressed on when they'll raise rates, and I think they're going to answer just as they have. They're just going to wait for inflation to grab hold. They'd rather it overshoot, and then they'll try to rein it in, but we're not at that point yet. That's what I expect. There's a little bit of a switch happening. The Russell's losing to all the other indices. Very interesting. The dollar index, market down today, mixed bag tonight, not an awful lot going there. So let's go to the metal charts and see what's going on. First, we're still down about 0.37% for the week. Going into tonight's early trade, we're down for the week so far on a closing basis, $6.80. When you take a look at a daily bar chart, I think you'd agree. You just have action that's drifting in the marketplace right now. When we take a look at the swing line, it has had a pattern of higher lows and higher highs, and today that changed. Now you have lower highs and higher lows. So what the market's doing is this. It's going to bring itself in. This is going to be a downtrend line. This is going to be your up line, and which way does it break in as it hits the apex? I don't know. I'll wait to see what it's going to do. Each time the market has challenged the 200-day average, it's got thrown back. It hasn't, other than back here 3 days ago, it was over that number. Once it got back under it, it changed its posture. So now what's happening is this 18-day average of closes is drifting to that. You know, if you get the 18 under the 200, some traders might start saying, we're getting a bearish crossover in the market. It's not an absolute classic one because you use different moving averages for that, closer to the 45 or the 50 for some people in the 200, but I'd be watching that very closely. Resistance, pretty good definition now, 1860.290 to 1870 and a half. When we look at Bollinger Bands, you had one opportunity if you were a bear here to come out, you bounced, you came out, and you made a monster rally off that low, and now the market's in a drift pattern, as I call it, and momentum has been working, and it has succeeded in working itself out of being oversold. Now, if it fell very much, it'd be oversold like that again. I consider any reading with these numbers under 30 to be oversold. So you got a 35 and a 33 reading, you get a $15 break, you probably get that 35 number under the 30 level. So that's something to watch. What would turn the market friendly? Got to always give it an equal play. 1870 and a half on a closing basis would give you higher lows, higher highs, and a settlement over that, putting in the play, challenging again the 100-day average. And if you cleared that, clear sailing all the way back up if the market caught a good piece of news. In terms of the gold-silver ratio, it's just drifting here back to the 18-day average of closes. Right now, you're at 72.53. The 18-day average difference, 72.23. You're just basically hanging right there. And in the silver market, similar to gold, you have the pattern of higher lows now and lower highs. So the patterns today did change a little bit. This market's doing a better job of support than the gold is. Support's coming in at 25.08. Something to think about this market. A close over 25.91, a close, would turn the market bullish. Higher lows, higher highs, bias up, and probably turn the momentum up. Not there yet. Who's in control of the market? Nobody just yet. In the copper market, we're drifting against the 18-day average. Now, we have to start thinking in about 2 weeks or so, we have to give serious thought to what goes on during the Chinese New Year. Because during that process, in normal times, I don't know how COVID-19 times go, but normally you don't get a lot of demand out of China during that time frame. It all comes back afterwards. They load up ahead of time with what they need. Then the whole country takes off for that Lunar New Year. So something to be thinking about. If it's traditional, yeah, you're going to lose your demand in these markets for a little bit. They won't be a player out of China. In the platinum market, you're still holding support at the 18-day average in an uptrend. As I mentioned yesterday, and I'm mentioning it again, the support's right here at 10.99. The problem is it's a lot of risk back into that 10.72 level. That's over $1,000 on futures contract risk. You know, I'm not saying well-heeled traders aren't supporting that, but it's a lot for the average person to take on. And in the palladium market, we keep going down to the lower Bollinger Band, bouncing off of it in a very oversold market where both numbers on the close of business on Tuesday got under 20, and so far in early trade Wednesday they are. You get through Wednesday and past Thursday's close, if those numbers lean under 20, you get bearish the market for more of a play down. Problem is when you're against the Bollinger Band, how much more of a play you're looking for. That's my problem with the market. In the dollar index, any move now under 90.03 would give you lower highs, a lower low. You'd be under the 18-day average if you close like that, and you're setting up a move for the 89.43 level. Conversely, the market's finding support from the pros against the 18-day average, and until 90.03 is taken out, they might think they have the edge. Tomorrow's going to be a very important day in this market. Look for action in that. You know, if you're a metals trader, one of the things you probably look at are the spiders and ETFs on this, SLV, GDX, GLD. I cover all that for you in my morning. Now it's called the morning Spider ETF video. I recorded about 8:40 a.m. Chicago time. I want the markets to open, a little bit of play come into them, and your publication, the video, is typically about 20 minutes long. It's ready after 9 o'clock, in between 9 and 9:30. I say here 35 charts. I'm up to 41. I'm covering more and more data for you in these. And if you get our combo package with the futures at 5:40 in the morning, I'm recording 40 some odd charts in the futures markets for you. And from those charts, you put together an idea of what you might be seeing in the ETF. Then when the ETFs open, you run with that. So the combo package really gives you some ideas. I cover in each the morning news, what's going on in Europe, what's going on in Asia, and then I walk you through all these type of markets. I said we're up to about 41 charts now on this that I'm covering. But sometimes during the day, when I'm doing these, I'll cover both the weekly and the daily. And every weekend, what I cover is just a video for one thing and one thing only. Just a video for, as we look at the markets, the weekly chart. So for those of you that are longer term traders, I will show you on the weekend just longer term charts. Occasionally I'll bring in a daily, and during the weekdays, Monday through Friday morning, I cover all the daily charts, and if I want to make a point, sometimes I'll open the weekly chart. So when I say 41 charts, I'm not including me doing that. It's a lot of chart action. I break it down so that you can move from section to section without having to look at a 20-minute video and guessing where is it. As you move on the scroll bar, it lights up in big letters. Remember, I'm older. I want to read it. And you can see just where it's at. Why not give it a try? $8.95 for 30 days. After that, $16 for every day, and you can buy a one-year subscription, another discount. To find out all this information, just go to our website. Under the word research, it's all there. You can always call my staff. They can answer all your questions, get you set up just as easily as you doing it online yourself. But online yourself, you purchase everything right there. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. See you tomorrow.